Hello everyone, I hope that you all are well. So this week we are going to be doing something super amazing. We are going to be participating in the Be a Children's Champion Billboard contest. So a lot of you have probably heard of this contest or maybe even participated in it before. But if you don't know what it is, I'm going to tell you. So every year in Madison County, Be a Children's Champion has a contest held that allows a student to have their artwork displayed on 3 different billboards all over Richmond. So that's super amazing because the student gets to have their work out there, and also Be a Children's Champion is about spreading a positive message. So I'm going to talk a bit about the contest and what you will need for your design, as well as show you an example that I made. So for Be a Children's Champion, there will be one winner that is picked from each elementary school in Madison County, and then their artwork will go on and be looked at by a panel of other judges, and they will pick one student out of all of Madison County as the winner, and this student will have their artwork displayed on the 3 billboards and will also get $100. And then the art teacher from that school will also receive $100 as well for the classroom. So it's super great and super amazing, and I just think it would be really cool to have a winner from Kit Carson because Kit Carson hasn't won before. So I think that would be really awesome. But keep in mind that even though this is a contest, don't get sad or discouraged if you don't win or you don't get picked, because this is just a fun activity and it's meant to just get creativity going and to just spread a positive message. So don't feel discouraged. So I'm going to go over the specifics for the design. So the design should be on paper that is no bigger than 8.5 by 11. So that would be like the size of notebook paper, or if you have like computer paper like this, printer paper, that would be perfect for this. And your design should be done in landscape format. And what that means is instead of having your paper up tall like this, you want it to be like this, where the longest sides are on the top and bottom, and the shorter sides are on each side. So it's horizontal. And your design should have a message that goes along with Be a Children's Champion, so just any sort of positive message. And you should have a design that kind of shows that message. And then, of course, have the tagline, Be a Children's Champion. And there are 3 main things the judges look for, and that is neatness, attraction, and visibility. Because this is going to be seen from a distance, a billboard, so you want it to be neat, where the positive message and the Be a Children's Champion can be read and seen from a distance. And then you also want it to have color, because color, it's going to attract your attention, right, when you see it? And bright colors are easy to see from a distance rather than it being black and white. And another thing is you don't want to have too many words. So they say to use 10 words or less, just so it's easier to read on a billboard. So I'm going to show you an example that I made. So I decided to use the tagline, Shoot for the Stars, which I wrote up here, and then I also have the Be a Children's Champion tagline. And as you can see, my drawing kind of shows my positive message. So, shoot for the stars, I decided I would draw a design in space. So I have all my stars all around my paper. I have a little rocket ship, I have a planet, and the moon, and of course, my little astronaut dude right over here. So as you can see, it's easy to read, and I used lots of bright color. So if I hold it back from a distance, you can still see it, right? So that is what you will need for your design. So you'll want to have a positive message, be a children's champion, make it easy to read, of course, having a design that illustrates your positive message, and color. So those are the main things that you want to have. So now we're going to look at the flyer for Be a Children's Champion and some past winners. I forgot one thing. Something is very, very important is that you guys make sure that you hold on to your artwork. Do not throw it away, because if your design gets picked, I will need to actually get the physical copy of your artwork and then turn it in to the judges. So make sure that you hold on to your artwork and you do not throw it away. Okay, now let's look at the flyer and the examples. Okay, so since I have gone over the directions for the Be a Children's Champion billboard contest and what your design will need to include, as well as showing you an example that I made, we're now going to take a look at the flyer for the contest and some past winners. So, like I mentioned, there will be one winner chosen for each elementary school, and then the individual school winners will be considered for the whole of Madison County winner. So there'll only be one. The student will get $100 if you win for Madison County, and will get $100 for the art room. So now let's take a look at the entry guidelines. So as I mentioned, it should be on the size of paper that is no larger than 8.5 by 11, so like a sheet of copy paper. You will need to use a landscape design, which we talked about, and it needs to be original and hand-drawn. So this means you shouldn't copy a design that's already been made. You should come up with your own, and it has to be hand-drawn, so you can't use a computer or any sort of scrapbooking materials or tracing anything. You need to try to draw it by your own hand. And you should have a positive message that relates to Be a Children's Champion. And it should be at least 10 words or less, just because it's easier to see. Because if you have a lot of words on a billboard, it can be hard to see. Now here's the big ones. What the judges are looking for. Neatness, attraction, and visibility. Because if it's on a billboard, it's going to be seen from a distance. So you want it to have bright colors to make it visible and just attract your attention to it. And then neatness, you want your positive message to be easy to read. Okay, so now let's look at some past winners. Let me go up here. So here's an example of one on a billboard. It says the sky is the limit, and then it has Be a Children's Champion. And as you can see, their drawing goes along with their message. So the sky's the limit. They have an airplane in the sky, some hot air balloons and kites, and it has lots of nice color. Then there's one student that decided to make one based on Legos. So it says, Be a Children's Champion, build your way to success. And of course, the building goes along with building with Legos, and it has lots of nice color. Or then there's this one that's an ocean theme. It says, Make waves, be a children's champion. Has a mermaid and some fish and jellyfish. Or then there's one that's based on Star Wars. It's Goal Wars. Be a children's champion. May the force be with your goals. Once again, nice and colorful. Or then there's this one. It's Be a children's champion and be a hero. It has some Marvel characters like Spider-Man and Superman, Wonder Woman, and Captain America. Once again, lots of great color. And here's the last example. Help a child on the road to success. Be a children's champion. So you want to make sure that has lots of color, as I've been talking about, has a positive message, and your drawing should kind of show that message. And of course, you have the tagline, Be a Children's Champion. Okay, so I wanted to pop back on one more time before letting you guys get started on making your designs. So you can make any sort of positive message that you want. So I showed you some examples, I showed you my example, but it can be anything. So maybe you want to say, aim for your goals, and you want to have someone playing soccer. Or maybe you want to say, be wise, be a children's champion, and draw an owl, because they're considered to be wise. So it can be any sort of positive message that you would like. And if you guys are having trouble coming up with an idea, you can always talk to a family member or a friend, or you can always reach out to me, because I would be more than happy to help you guys come up with an idea and come up with a design. But remember, you want this design to be original to you, and you want it to be hand-drawn, so drawn by you, and just kind of make your own unique design. I cannot wait to see your incredible creations, and I'll let you guys get started. Bye, everyone.